Hey team, I wanted to take a minute to answer a question that has been coming up a lot recently, and that is the question revolving around why it's so important for you to be creating a team of coaches underneath you. And essentially the question you've been asking is, why would we encourage you to sign on new coaches, basically just for the 25% discount off of Shakeology, when essentially by doing so you're giving up the $29.99 commission you would be earning if they were purchasing the Shakeology through you as a customer. The reason revolves around team volume. And basically what it amounts to is that in order to have a significant income with Beachbody, it would really be impossible for you to sell enough product to earn the $3,000, $6,000, $10,000 a week that some of the top coaches are making with Beachbody. So what you want to do is build your team beneath you so that you can start earning team volume on both your own coaches as well as the coaches that the coaches above you are placing beneath you. And I'll get to that in a minute. Just to give you an example of the impact that team volume can play on your paycheck, I had researched 2 separate weeks since I've been a Beachbody coach, both resulting in similar personal volume on my own behalf, but very different team volumes, and the result that they had in my check. Back in the beginning when I first became a coach, I had a week where I had 90 personal volume points for myself, and that was it. It was the sale of one, I believe, Insanity. So I got the 90 PV. I had no team volume at the time either. I didn't have anybody on my team, or there was nobody below me who was active or doing any production on their own. So there was no team volume, strictly the 90 personal volume. I received a check that week for $29.99, and that is $29.99 for 1 week. Fast forward a couple of months, and a few months ago I had a slow week, and I had a personal volume for that week of 95 personal volume points. However, I had in my left leg 1,522 team volume points, and in my right leg 1,402 team volume points. That week I received a check of $447.56. So it was a big difference from the $29.99 that I had received a couple of months before. An interesting point that I want to make is that with regards to team volume, you get paid out 200, they basically withdraw 200 points from one leg and 100 points from another leg to total 300 points, and they basically cash that in to give you a payout, and it depends on what rank you are. It changes. I believe it's $14 per 300 TV for emeralds, and I think it's like $18 per 300 TV for diamonds, but it's broken down that way, so they take 200 from one leg and 100 from the other. It's almost impossible to plan your legs in a 2/3, 1/3 ratio. It's impossible to know who's going to do what kind of volume. You can put a heavy hitter under one leg that's going to totally outsell the entire other leg, so it's really hard to know that. So just keeping that in mind, my 2 legs that week were almost equal, which means that essentially a whole chunk of that was actually moved forward to the next week to be used. It couldn't be used. So, but in any event, I still made almost $450 that week, not based on my own sales, based on the sales of the team. So it's very, very important to start building your team, get that volume going. Along those same lines, just to point out a little incentive for you, when I sign on new coaches, and I know that most of you probably know at this point that I am actively working my business, so I am regularly signing on new coaches to the team, I place them under active Emerald coaches. And the reason for that is Emerald and above are getting paid team volume. Anybody who's not Emerald or not active, just a regular coach, you're not getting any team volume. So for me to be placing new coaches under you, I'm essentially letting that team volume go to waste. So I place, any new coach gets placed under the team of an Emerald or better. And just to use that as a little incentive, I'd really like to see all of you benefit from that. January is expected to be a huge month, and the advertising that they're planning to do in 2011 will make probably most of 2011 a very, very huge year. So get to Emerald as fast as you can, and I'll keep putting people under you. And that's about it. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me or your personal upline sponsor. We are here to help you. Have a great night, everybody, and don't make fun of my accent. Take care.